Testing. I'm finna record today. Yeah. Oh my gosh, hush. Nobody asked you nothing, Kiki. This is Conscious Community Connections. All right, where we keep the community connected. This is WRFU 104.5 FM. This is an open forum for Urbana-Champaign and our online community. Views expressed are those of the speaker and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. Thank you so much for showing up, Kiki.
You're welcome.
You got the earphones on. Mic check, mic check. We all good?
Yep. You welcome. Good evening, Champaign, Urbana.
Good evening, everyone.
No, can't hear. Ooh, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
A little bit. No, not at all.
Oh, do it again.
Yep.
Good evening, everyone.
There it is. Okay.
They ain't loud like these two.
Okay. All right. All right. So we have a special guest, but before I introduce her, I wanted to say Tiger is on his way.
Yes, Damon is too, I think.
Damon on his way too? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have a full house, but everything is all about the guest speaker. And we've been waiting for you for a while. We've had you on the calendar for a while, matter of fact.
Yeah.
You're one of the last individuals that we have for our, I should say, fiscal year.
Okay.
We're changing some stuff up. Yeah, for sure. We're changing some things up, but I wanted to make sure that you guys are tuning in every single week, Saturdays from 6 to 7:30. Okay, 6 to 7:30. I'm streaming from the Conscious Community Connections page that is on Facebook right now. Okay, if you are not able to view that particular page, you can go to
WRFU.net.
Yeah, WRFU.net. So I was finna say something else because our email is totally different. They took the W off. So anyway, I would like to introduce everyone to Miss Sharika.
Hello, hello.
Bailey.
Yes.
What?
It ain't working.
It ain't working? We can't hear her?
Nope. You gotta come over here, Sharika.
Not at all?
Say something to
Hello.
See?
What?
Can't hear.
You can't hear her on the thing? You know what? So, since things are going how they are going, we need more donations. We need more funding. We need more sponsors. We need more underwriting going on. So I keep saying it over and over again. I think I'm going to individually start seeking out people for some underwriting. And the underwriting is only like $10. We don't even need much, right? And that's just promotion. And that will actually help us get a new microphone, get some new cords up in here, get something new. Because I know for a fact that we have a lot of things that update. We have a lot of things that we need. And there's a lot of wear and tear in things that we actually use every single Saturday. So we got Miss Sharika hooked up on one mic, and that's good enough because we don't need to hear from the guys today.
We got something to say about this.
Oh, I know you not talking because you better be quiet today. You better be quiet. You too. Both of y'all. All right. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I appreciate it. I usually like to have you in front of the screen, but I don't know. We had to switch it around, and I'm sorry. Everybody's gonna see who I am, but not you.
Or let her come a little bit more this way. Come a little bit more this way. And now, yep. See, you can see you now.
Okay. You can see a little bit of her.
the side of my
I don't
head.
know. You can't really. I'm looking at it on Facebook right now. You can't see it.
You can't see it? Okay, come on back a
Can't
little bit
see
more.
it.
This is.
It's okay.
Hold on.
It's all right. We just trying to get it all together. But Miss Sharika Bailey, she has been a part of our community for a couple of years now. I will also say that she is a sweet person.
Oh, you go back over there.
She's a nice young lady that is making a difference in Champaign-Urbana's vision on how to actually deal with certain issues that we cannot overlook anymore, and that mainly has to deal with driving records and so forth. I'm just blabbing on until she can actually be seen. Okay. All right. So thank you. We a little ghetto over here, ain't we? God dang.
Oh, we gonna make
I
it
don't like
work though,
this.
man. We gonna make it work. Come on,
Yes.
Morgan. I mean, it's
I
not
don't
working.
like it.
It's all good.
It's okay.
I can't be bougie,
Oh,
but
good.
I don't like that.
Have to make it work. The show goes on. Let's go.
You better be quiet
That's
over
the
here,
one.
cause I can't wait to laugh. I cannot wait to laugh.
So, Miss Rika, tell us who you are and what you exactly do.
I am Sharika Bailey of Bailey House Supportive Services. I assist individuals who are looking to better their driving record with getting some fines and fees dismissed. I assist them with the paperwork to do that. I need to say that I am not a lawyer, attorney, legal aid. I don't work for or with a law firm. I assist people based on my personal experience. My personal experience with the process, with the documentation. So I am not a lawyer or attorney. I get that a lot. So I just need to say that I'm not a legal aid, lawyer, or attorney. But yeah, I do assist people who are looking to establish a better driving record.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, how did you get started doing this?
Yeah. How did you get started?
Well, around this time last year, I was looking to get 3 tickets that were a few years old dismissed, and which was gonna position me to get my driver's license back. And it wasn't very expensive. It totaled almost $1,000, but I just didn't have $1,000 just laying around at the time.
Mhm.
So I went to the circuit clerk and I asked at the time what I thought was a stupid question. What do you do if you need your license back, but you don't have all that money?
Yes.
And they just kind of looked at me like, you know, I could tell that they just don't get questions like that.
Right.
So one of the clerks told me, well, you can try this process. It's not something that usually works. We haven't seen it be successful, but you know, most likely you want to just kind of get on the payment plan and
Right.
just give yourself time to pay it all down.
So they wanted all their money.
Yes. Yes. So I was just, you know, I couldn't with trying to, you know, this process that she spoke of that wasn't usually successful. It couldn't have made my situation worse. I couldn't have gotten anything added to my fines. I could have just gotten okay, no, this isn't gonna work. No was the worst. So I did these forms. I later got a letter in the mail that let me know that I got a court date to come to court and speak on the fines. So I went to court and I was able to talk with the judge, and it was kind of a 20-minute conversation.
Yeah.
And there were other people there, but it was just like very one-on-one. I
Right.
didn't have a lawyer or public defender. And I told the judge, you know, at this time I cannot afford these fines. He asked a couple questions about why and different things like that. And in 20 minutes, a problem that had really plagued me was gone. It was like he just kind of like waved a magic wand. It was like, okay, you don't owe anymore. So it wasn't, he didn't dismiss it all. It was like, it went from 1,000 to 100.
So,
and I see a lot of that, like on the YouTube clips and stuff like that. I've seen a judge, and it's this one particular judge, and he will sit there and listen to someone's story, and he's like, "Wow, that's really what happened. Well, what I'm going to do is this, this, and this," and that person just starts crying and
I know
bawling.
who you're talking about.
It was
I love
two
that
people.
guy.
Italian dude?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Rhode
Yes,
Island, Maine
he
somewhere?
looked real small.
Yeah, he is older.
He
Judge
listened
something?
to some
I forget
lady,
his-
she was Hispanic or something, and she was going through some hardship, and she was like bawling and just going. He was like, "Ma'am, okay, I understand," and he like cut it back, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, I watch him often. A lot of people.
I think
share
it's Rhode Island, Maine, or
so.
something else. He's Italian, old guy.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I got a question before you ask that next one. You just asked the question and they didn't volunteer the information, but you had to put forth some effort, right?
Yes. When I asked the question, they were just I could tell that this was not a question they had heard often.
Right.
I could tell it sounded a little weird to them. You know, I owe them money, and you know, I didn't know if I expected them to be forthcoming with any information that could be helpful, but she didn't know she was helpful, and I don't think she probably didn't mean to be. But
you took that little bit of information and just took it to the next level.
yeah, I just kind of, and then also, I had gotten a lot of tickets.
Speed demon, huh?
Oh, look, there we go. I told you.
Yes.
See,
One
I
of
caught.
one of those was a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
That one was like $400.
Oh, wow.
And then
What was you doing, 2,000 miles an hour?
I don't know. It was in Rantoul. I was probably going 2 miles over the speed limit, and they got me. So I recalled those processes, like, you know, when you get booked, when they take your car, when they write a ticket, even if they let you go, like, they give you some information, they leave you with some little paper. And I kind of just recalled all those processes when I was reading all those, you know, little papers, the ticket, or, you know, the bond sheet, whatever it was. And I just tried to take all of that information from all of those experiences and use it to my benefit.
Yeah.
And it worked out in my favor.
Good.
Let me find you on a drag racing.
Oh, hush. Let
It
me
was
get that.
2014.
Yeah, hush. Let me
Let
get that block
I don't do that anymore.
from the charger. Let me get the block.
That's
It's the
what's
block.
up. Well, I'm glad you did that, because now you helping a lot of other people, especially doing what you do. I guess the next, Kiki, what was the question you wanted? Kiki had a question.
Heather got me doing extracurricular stuff.
Because she needs it.
Kiki got one you want to ask you.
So you been doing this for a year?
Yes, for like as a service that I'm paid for since November.
Are you doing charity now?
Well, in the beginning, I wasn't really charging.
Oh, okay.
It was just kind of free information, but it really wasn't catching on. I had one cousin that listened to me, and she got like $7,000 reduced to $450.
Yeah, she really be speaking, don't she?
I think some other family
family,
members
huh?
might. I think some of our other cousins might have put like
Yeah,
had
yeah.
some tickets
okay.
and everything
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
But
Man, she got a whole house. in a
she's
row.
the only one that really listened at that time, and I was like, when I say I was shouting this from the mountaintop to people that I knew had similar issues, she's the only one that listened. But then after I offered as a service that you have to pay for,
People start coming.
Yes.
See, if you don't believe nothing, that's free.
No,
I
they
guess
don't.
not.
Even with the
I guess
workshops. Even with the workshops.
Yeah, if you don't believe nothing, that's free. You got anything you want to say, David?
Yep. Because I know for a fact what I've heard or I read. I don't know. It was one of the two. I think I read it. Nope, I read it. So if you charge, or if someone charge for church, people would actually pay to go to church rather than the offering. You get what I'm saying? Like, people will kind of like really honor the fact that, you know, I mean, it would cross the line, because some people believe certain things.
So, you know,
But at the same time, giving and donations rather than free, you like, I might show up, but if you pay it, like I'm gonna be there. $50,
So you
I'm
think
going to be there.
people would line up to get into church if you had to pay? Does that say? What does that say about us?
Ain't
Ain't nothing free though.
that's what.
but I mean, God, but not even like God's teaching.
Well, you know,
Oh,
to
okay.
be what's that with Tom Cruise in? They paying that. They gotta pay in that.
Scientology?
Yeah, you paying that. As you
Why
go up,
not?
you pay.
Oh.
That's not by religion though. That's their
It's
own
just-
religion.
it's-
But
it's
even
just
even
different.
It is what it
when
is, but
we've
they pay.
been so accustomed to
levels they
certain
pay at.
things,
That's what
we
I
might
heard.
think of it differently. So if we were paying automatically, we'd be like, oh, that's nothing. I just pay for church, you know?
Okay.
But I just wanted to say that I read that. I read it. I didn't say I believed it. I read it.
No, but I just thought about something. So you
It's interesting.
Yes.
you come
It's
the first
different.
follower, right?
Hmm?
First followers. Mom, that's what Mom was talking about the other day, wasn't it?
Right.
I'm gonna have a custom for you. Yeah, that's great. I just thought about that. But
No, I got a question. So what sets you apart from other people? Maybe I'm jumping the gun.
I have the experience, and I have people who have been through the process who are already out here.
Mhm.
Not to brag, but my clients sing my praises,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not she's in this for the money. Like, you and I are together until you have a license in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
not until I get your money and go turn the paperwork in or whatever. Like,
Okay.
when you find out your court date, I need to know so that we can talk, so that I can tell you
Mhm.
how my court date went.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when you get your license in your hand, I want a picture of it. So like I'm with you the whole way there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have me to consult with in the very beginning, in the middle, right before court, after court. You know what I mean? And I don't charge for it, but I give suggestions on how to navigate some things at the DMV,
Mhm.
also based on my experience with the DMV.
Mhm.
So it's like my customer service can be beat, and I actually have, I operate it as a business.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the difference. It's not just like a quick buck, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not impersonal. Like I
Right.
take it personally.
So with that being said, don't mess with them imitators.
And I think also
No.
you have something
Yeah, wait.
personal tied with this, where you have a personal story, and then you actually went through the steps.
Yeah.
Then you actually know the judge and just different things. Like a lot of people, I could tell Kiki my dream, he ain't gonna do it like I do.
No.
You know,
that's the
I could
thing.
take Tiger. I could tell Tiger every single thing I want to do. It. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to be woo and all of this.
Mhm.
He ain't gonna be able to duplicate it.
And another thing is, I have documents that I've created on my own that I am working on having trademarked.
Mm.
That I've been told some people have got a hold of the products and documents I've created and tried to maybe copy them or whatever. But here very soon they won't be able to do that.
Mhm.
Legally they'll be able to be sued. So because I'm serious about it, I'm
Yeah.
going through the proper channels
Mhm.
to make it all legal, completely customer friendly.
Mhm.
I keep coming up with different ideas
Mhm.
and ways to do this service that makes it even more easy for the client.
Yeah.
So it's just you can't really match that.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who what they're probably doing is just about the money. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So every day I come up with different ideas on how to make the process smoother, easier to understand.
Business now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
so it's
totally.
good. So it's a great need for you out there. Like people need a license back. It's like a
Yes. I've had people to call me to say they're getting ready to get out of jail. They plan to be doing things completely different when they come home and they need my services. Full-time students who don't want to leave their program, who want, help bettering their driving record. I've had a client, and this was heartbreaking, but a young lady told me black people out here don't have license. And I was just like, yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So she was saying that they don't have. Wow.
Yeah, that was, and so I did not.
I got a comment. It says people may think it's better quality if it's paid for versus a donation. So
Yeah.
that was back a couple of, minutes ago when we were talking about payments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I believe it.
Well, that's part of marketing. The 4 P's. That's one of the 4 P's is price.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are afraid to ask for certain things.
So why did she say Asiatic people don't got a license?
Well, she was speaking from what she sees around her. I'm sure probably co-workers, friends, family members, neighbors, you know what I mean? She's speaking from her personal experience. And I mean, I have not had a client since November 2018 that was not African American. Every man, every woman looks like me.
And
So
I heard that it's pretty crowded in there too. And it's pretty
Crowded on what?
in the courthouse,
Yeah.
in the courtroom.
yeah.
And I know the racial, what people look like in there.
Yeah. Well, we
So-
70% stop. Most of the stops are 70% African American.
For sure.
Now, do that mean we bad drivers or are we targeted? That's the question.
That's
I think it's
That's
a
heavy.
mixture of both, but I know for sure
Mhm.
Got
that
something?
I seen
Come on up
somebody driving the other day. They didn't look like me, but they sticker was just like, whoa, hold up. Should I be paying for my sticker? Like,
outdated.
outdated. Like last year. I said, I shouldn't even be paying for my sticker then. But just so happen, if I don't,
You would be the one to
the
be
first one.
stopped.
First one.
Mm-hmm.
But the patrolling is always Bradley, over here, but you go on the other side and like, where y'all at?
So what age limit do you mostly see?
That's a good question.
I see between 20 and 40. Nobody younger than 20. Every now and then you'll get an older person, in their 50s every now and then. But it's between 20 and 40.
You ever deal with DUIs and stuff like that?
Yes.
So okay, man, I
How
can't
about
remember.
back child support?
I got another comment.
How about not child support?
Back child support?
Back child support.
Yeah. As far as brothers being in, a lot of brothers lost their lives because of that.
Yes.
That's right. Yep.
And it hits usually like between 1,000 to 10,000. Before they hit you, they get to a certain amount, and then that's when they grab you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any information for that?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I haven't seen that paperwork. I haven't been in the courthouse to listen to those proceedings. But I am working on it to be able to service because I know that's a great need as well.
If you don't mind, it's a program I remember they had for people
Say
did the child support.
yeah, they got a safe. What is it?
What?
Where you put you pay a percentage.
Called
Put down a percentage.
Safe something.
No, it's called. I know what you're talking about. Something. Anyway,
Yeah, wipe your
Yeah,
they'll wipe it clean. However, you be
Clean
paying
slate program.
Clean slate. Yep. Clean slate. Yep.
But 9 times of that is the woman that's on financial aid.
No, actually, I had talked to him, and I talked to him myself. This is a while back. This is when I thought my child support shot through the roof. Come and find out, I ain't even have $1. So I was
That
good.
happens a lot.
Well, I got a balance of
That happens a lot.
$28,000
Yeah, I
right
come to
now.
find out I ain't even have
People
$1.
think
Some people was
it's
like,
really
"Oh, you
outrageous."
good?" I'm like, "Okay." I just wanted to make sure because I mean, I was gone for a little while, and I had already been to the child support office, and I didn't have a job at the time, so they said, well, they gave me a 0%, whatever, to pay, which means I ain't got to pay nothing until you get a job. Once you get a job, you got to come back in, and we can modify from there. And after that, I had got put in a situation. Well, I put myself in a situation. I'm thinking everybody in there like, oh, my child support went through the roof, and it'll take, it's so cold because one guy, he put in all the necessary paperwork he had to put in while he was incarcerated. And it took at least a year. And the thing about it is that stuff runs automatically. It's nobody to say, well, let's stop it here or stop it here. It continuously keep going and going until the actual paperwork go through. And now you sitting there with a fine like about this large, so
$20,000, $28,000.
yeah, so
But a lot of people don't know you can get them child support stopped when you locked up.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But he said it took
I'm
forever.
telling you what I'm trying to explain
for
to
the
you
paperwork to go through.
the guy that you can get it stopped, but all while you in the process of waiting on them to respond and sending the information off and all that stuff's still going.
I stopped mine the day I filed mine. I can't speak for everybody else. I was paying child support, not through public aid, but one of my children's mother I filed child support on anyway. But I was paying like $120 every 2 weeks, so like $240 a month. But when I got locked up,
Yeah, that's what I pay now.
when I got locked up, the day I filed that motion, sent that motion in, that's the day the payment stopped for me.
So what about if you was locked up and they never stopped it?
But you got to pay it because you didn't let them know you was locked up. You got to file a motion. You have to file a motion. I filed the motion like after a year and a half I was locked up. So in 5 years, you got to pay from that 5 years. You got to pay it.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you have a lawyer assisting you, or was this like a caseworker?
No, I did it myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but that might be a case. I think it's probably somewhat of a case by case situation because you said yours was through directly just to the mama going to court saying, "Look, I need this change," and you was able to get it done by that as opposed to dealing with.
She was in federal, right?
Yeah, it don't matter what you file a motion.
But
I'm gonna read a comment.
You got a comment?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just a couple of moments ago, we were talking about how different people were getting kind of locked up and stuff. And one of the comments said, "I've noticed a lot of people from bigger cities like Chicago don't have licenses because they don't really need them. They had lots of public transportation that went to wherever they needed to go.
That's true.
Then they come here and may have to move a lot more, and need to actually like drive."
Okay.
And she said also she was behind a lady the other day and her sticker expired 11/18. That's probably the same lady. For real, I promise. It was in the 18 and I had to second guess myself like, we in 19? Like you were supposed to been had your sticker like, hold up. Like it's a different color too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it makes me mad because it's like I don't want to pay for no sticker for $100 and something and you rolling around here.
Next year be 150.
You rolling around here,
I'm
cool.
going back to Joe.
You gonna
Not
be
even thinking.
fine.
She probably forgot. She's
Jo-
so
Georgia's
comfortable.
ticket's like
She forgot.
$25.
And you already know,
Texas
like
is
it go from 100 to like maybe 10
is
extra
crazy.
dollars. But so what?
She's
Why
so
you ain't got it?
comfortable.
That's Illinois for you, man.
Goodness.
Let me see. She said she contacted the child support herself when her daughter's father was incarcerated to stop while he was incarcerated.
She's a good
She's
one.
a good one.
She's a good one.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I ain't do all that.
How often do you find that?
You like just
I
let the
ain't
money
do all
roll.
that. Yeah, like it was already zero.
They be so
anyway,
emotional damaged and vindictive.
Well, what
You know,
difference does it
yeah.
make?
That's what it is.
They be emotionally
That's
damaged.
what it is, Kim.
Yes, not all the time.
How
No,
can you pay
sometimes
child
you
support
just
if
don't
you
be
in
taking
jail?
care of your business.
Yeah,
That's the
I mean,
case by
but-
case basis too.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I'm about to say.
It's rough.
Let's
No,
get
they
back
won't.
on it. What other questions y'all have from this?
Because we get off subject.
Yeah, we have.
No, don't worry about it. We're good. These things
What's
are good.
what's
We got,
the other
It's
stuff?
all
we got?
contained. It's all contained license.
Yes,
Give
all
your license
like
back.
I got a question.
Not
for you.
about.
She warned me. She was like, okay, they gonna be talking crap before
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah,
She a hater. Don't pay no attention.
Okay.
You already said she was a speed demon.
They got a speed ticket.
Oh, so what?
One
Now, talk about
from
drag
5 years
racing.
ago.
See?
I was going to work.
Drag racing.
That's
They
drag
were
racing.
stalking me.
You have to hit
Whatever.
Yeah, you doing
They were-
120.
They were watching
Hey, she
me.
knows she have to work at 7 o'clock and she leave at 6:58.
That's my business.
You got
That's my
jokes.
business.
You got jokes. Oh, no.
Well,
We ain't giving
we
nothing.
gotta dismiss those.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Now.
So if you don't mind me asking, what type of services do you offer for people with DUI?
Ooh, that's a good one. There you go.
So if you have a DUI, I asked for the documentation showing that you completed what the requirement was, because that would assist us in showing the judge that you are making positive changes, making positive decisions.
What's the thing about it?
Oh, you had talking to Mike. Sorry.
Oh,
Sure.
oh,
I know.
I told you come up here, Mo.
No, because
Yeah.
the reason I'm saying this is because when you have a DUI on your record, after all the court stuff and all that's over with, the biggest problem that people have is trying to get their license back through the DMV, because technically at that particular point your license is revoked. You have to try to get your license privileges back. So that's why I was asking what type of, because going in front of a judge is not going to change, the state, because that's what you dealing basically with the DMV and the state of Illinois or whatever, driving and all that stuff. So that's why I was asking what type of services that you provide for people with DUI.
Yeah, what type of service you provide for DUIs?
So I can assist in getting the fine dismissed or reduced.
Oh, okay.
So with the
Mine's so old.
Secretary of State, I don't work with them or assist with the requirements that they set.
Oh,
It's just the ticket that the DUI is under.
right. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's good enough, though.
So, do you deal with mainly women, men?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, who the worst? Who the speed demons? The women or the men?
Oh, shoot.
Let's go. Yeah,
So
yeah.
just like clientele wise, there's many more men
Whoa.
than women. The percentage
Wow.
of men is much higher than ladies.
I don't believe that. But go ahead.
What?
Nothing.
That is a true statement.
so do it be like, is it do you deal with people mainly like driving on suspended or like just, you know what I'm saying, like what the main, like speeding tickets or just got insurance tickets, they're not paying their tickets, or they get revoked or something?
I see mostly driving on suspended and insurance tickets. There are some speeding tickets here and there, but I'm not seeing a lot of that. There is a lot of driving on suspended, then no insurance tickets, and then the third biggest would be revoked, like driving on revoked.
So what's the difference between, I'm just asking, I don't know honestly.
Yeah.
What's the difference between suspended and revoked?
That's a good one.
It looks to me like revocation is just a much longer, your license is gone for a much longer period of time.
Which one is the worst?
Revoked.
Focus when they take
You'll be suspended a few times before you move on to revoked.
Oh. Okay.
Unless you get that DUI thing.
So you gotta go to,
Okay.
Pretty much.
Is it a different process when you're doing suspended and revoked?
The process isn't different at all for me. With the handling the tickets in court. At the Secretary of State, I think it's much harder to deal with because with a revocation, you need to see a hearing officer. And then with a suspension, you don't need to talk to a hearing officer about anything.
So do you go to hearing officer with people? Or?
No.
She said that quick.
Oh, my gosh.
Nah, I don't know. I just called because of DUI.
Nah, that,
Okay.
ooh,
No.
Cause it's a different level. Like, okay, yeah.
that DUI
Yeah,
is no
suspended
joke.
is more or less like, it's just, you have it, they got it, your license suspended for this long. So that means until you either pay this money or, or this set date, you'll get your license back. When it's revoked,
That's
that
true.
means, you gotta just get to them. You have to basically, we took your stuff, and it ain't no set time when you can get it back until you go through a process to get your driver privileges restored.
It seems there is no set time because I have had to ask a lot of people, like, find out when your revocation started and ended, and
no, it ain't.
They're not able to get back to me.
No, it's not. It's they saying we took your stuff. The only way that you can actually get your license privileges back, you may have to go through some whatever you got to go through, hearing officers, stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But when they take it, that means we took it. That means you can't pay no money to get it back. That means it ain't gonna be back in your hands after a year or 2 years. You have to literally go through whatever it is that you have to go through, see a hearing officer or whatever to get your license.
Have to jump through quite a few hoops.
Wow. So I got comments again.
All right, that's good.
The comment about the lady with the sticker. Some people steal stickers off of other people's cars, maybe, and then it was like after a certain point, beyond the expiration of probably the sticker, she was saying basically the plates are no longer valid. She said she think it's about like 6 months. So the lady probably is just bogus all the way around the board. Oh, yeah, and then she said, I wonder if the percentage of the men is greater due to the fact that they are profiling black men for stops. And I believe that's true, and I know it's true automatically. I know for a fact with the DUI, I had it more than 10 years ago. I had a DUI. And that's how I got my misdemeanor. I went to jail for 30 days. A lot of people don't even know this process. Yeah, I did some time. I did some time. Black sheep, the only one of Jesse's kids to go to jail.
You couldn't touch your nose? You touching your forehead and half you said?
I was young. It was a lot of things. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. My daughter, she was in the car as well. She was in the back seat. I just thought nobody could touch me at all. Tried to make a nice, good left turn, but my left turn was like I was rolling on dubs, and I just crossed the yellow line, and they just stopped me. So I think I had something in the car too. So I was slick back then. You know what I'm saying? I drank and I smoked back then. So yeah, that was the part of Heather that people don't know about. But yes, I was intoxicated.
Rebel, right? You wore a black
caught
jacket?
that DUI, got that misdemeanor, and that was cool because it could have been more. I had to go through a lot because DCFS was involved.
Oh, wow.
That was on my record for 10 years. Wow. So I couldn't be around kids. They barely wanted to do anything with me because the lady came and she was like, well, we're not going to take your child or anything. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this will be on your record for 10 years.
Wow.
You got a black hoodie and some Timberlands on?
I was dating somebody and I ain't even finna go there, but
gaslighting.
I think she went on the bus.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, hold on, y'all. We got a little quick emergency, man.
Oh, dang. I'm going to read the disclaimer. WRFU 104.5. It's an open forum for Urbana-Champaign in our online community. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. So back to my little story. So I had little Sabrina in the back. I had my girlfriend on the other side of me. And we was riding. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we was drinking and smoking and... You know, I caught a DUI, you know, and he was like, do the, finger to the nose, and I was being an a-hole, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to get her daughter, man. Hold on. But, yeah, man, you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that.
So, either way, I got pulled over, and I didn't go to jail. I didn't go to jail. Yes, I did. I went to jail that night. And it was all bad, but make a long story short, I went through so much stuff during that time that I was without a license for 3 3 years. I had fines up the wazoo. I had to get rides. I had to get help. I had some problems during that time. I had a rough time, period.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Sharika to help me, you know what I'm saying, get some of those fines. But at the same time, I did have to go through that therapy, and it was at the Prairie Center at the time where they did the therapy. You have to do certain type of like therapy or go through a certain type of class, and it was like $150 to do that, and that cost a lot of money. And you have to attend these classes to get your dang on license back. It was just so much.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get my license back. So it was suspended, but I think I did the dummy and drove again or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then I got revoked. You know what I'm saying? So all of that process and all of that time, it was just so much going on. And DUI is just messy. It's so messy. It's a lot.
Expensive.
And very expensive. Very expensive.
Yeah.
And I mean, that misdemeanor is there. I mean, it's not a felony. It could have been worse. You know.
It's a felony if you catch another.
See? But I learned my lesson during those 30 days. I was on the floor at the satellite, like, don't do me. It was tough. That was a tough 30 days, and then I got out. Oh my gosh. I dumped my girlfriend. I got my life back together.
I was close.
Man.
I didn't quite get there, but I was close.
Shoot, 30 days.
I was on, let me see, the 90 days on the ankle bracelet. And
I was on the ankle bracelet too, though.
I was still driving.
From all of that.
Two criminals.
Still driving.
I had no choice. I was
Hey.
new out here. I had a car.
That use a cane key?
And I did.
Get away with stuff?
No,
And that's
I can't get
expensive
away with
too.
stuff.
That's expensive
It's
too.
awful.
Even the leg monitor, because I
Okay,
got out and then I
yeah.
did the leg monitor.
It was for me. It was just like a snowball thing. Like I lost my license in the very beginning just because I couldn't afford the insurance. Like I lost my job and I couldn't keep the insurance up. So they stopped me. I had a license, but I had expired insurance.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't have the money to pay that ticket, of course, because I didn't have a job. So after so long, they were able to suspend my license. So then I had the no insurance ticket on my background, and the next time they pulled me over, I had no license. So it just got worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and basically it was just because
And where did you live?
I didn't have the money to make that. I lived in Kankakee then, which the traffic court, the navigating traffic court in Kankakee,
It's
is
easy.
much worse.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Much
Man, I
worse.
got my, listen.
I've lived here for 8 years, and I was there for 26 years.
Mhm.
So
I
I
lost,
know.
I lost
And
my
I was
license
getting in trouble in
Key.
both.
I lost my license cane key for like 11 months because I was ignorant.
Mhm.
And I was running the streets, and I just kept getting pulled over, kept getting the same $100 because it was $100 ticket back then.
Mhm.
Kept getting the $100 ticket. So I got tired. The last time I got pulled over, I had my daughter in the car with me. And the police like, well, we're gonna take you to jail this time. But they let me call my mama to come get my daughter. And my mama came and got my daughter. And you know my mama, she cussed me out for a minute.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I know your mother.
Yeah, so she snapped at me for a minute. And so I bought out of jail like $100. I got out of jail, I ended up going to talk to a lawyer. And I had like one no insurance ticket, which I had the insurance. I never went back to court and took the insurance to the court. And I had like 3 driving on suspended license. I got all them tickets back in court. and it was like $2,500 altogether, but Gus got it down to like $500. Cause I had proof I have insurance then, and then I just told the judge I was ignorant. I just gave him raw. I was ignorant. He said, "Okay, well, like you did." And I got fine. I said, "Can't keep pretty easy to me." I don't know.
When was that?
It was back. Oh yeah, I forgot my old head. It
Yeah.
was like 94, 95.
Okay.
No, 95.
And you had that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We know you had
I
it.
ain't no people on license.
But you still had it. We don't. We didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Single
Y'all
mother.
just criminals.
We didn't. What?
But how's your
Don't
track?
respond. Don't
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what he
Don't
demanded.
respond.
I told you.
And so How's it like? You
don't.
You by the
You better
thousands
not
doing
start.
So out of 56 clients,
Dang.
I've had one that went to court and got nothing reduced.
this? And what was that?
That was recently. I actually don't even know what he said in court because he and I never met. Like he literally never had time to meet with me.
Oh, he one of those.
He was no. Well, he has 5 kids that he takes care of by himself, and he works
Oh, he's a good dude.
construction. So he we talked on the phone, like he cash apped me, but when he went, he didn't let me know when his court day was.
Oh.
So we didn't have like a meeting 2 or 3 days before like I normally do. So I don't even know what he said in court. And he just texted me and told me they didn't reduce nothing. And then we never talked again. And I was like hitting him up like, what do you mean? How? What about like? And then he just
Shut down on you.
I don't know. Like
Right.
I hadn't heard from him again. He didn't respond. He wasn't responding to begin with. He cash apped me. I never had that happen before, so I didn't get a chance to really like.
Oh, so you doing pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 out of 50.
Then 1 out of 56.
Hey.
You got 50. So how long you been
And
doing
that
this?
was recently.
You been doing this over a year, right? You said. Am I correct?
In November will be a year.
Dang, you ain't been doing over. You have 56 people.
Well, a year
You gifted.
for
No, I'm
being a
serious though.
service.
You
Yeah.
gifted. That's good. You know what I mean?
Well, that shows that she know what she's doing.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Show that
That's-
whoever else is
Yeah.
right, whoever else is out here doing the imitation, don't deal with that.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on.
Someone's asking what's the cost of your services,
There you go.
it's $250.
but it can. How long is
She said
are
forever.
you available for that person? Could it be 6 months? Could it be 3
So,
months?
From the time would vary from person
Okay.
to person because it's like from the first time we meet, our
Mhm.
first connection until you get your driver's license in your hand.
Yeah.
So for a person who like has to see a hearing officer, that could take longer.
Right.
But
Okay.
if a person just needs a couple tickets, out of their way,
Mhm.
it could be much simpler. So it wouldn't
Okay.
take that long. So
Mhm.
just until the beginning of us starting to work together until you get your license in your hand, and so it's just however long that is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's great compared to
So you got
like
cars.
paying
How do you
$5,000.
advertise your business? Facebook or Instagram or something like that?
Yeah,
So
how can they
I'm
get in touch with you too? You gotta
well.
put it
So
in.
now it is a very strict referral basis.
Mhm.
So people that I know and have worked with, or people who are friends or family of mine, can refer folks. I used to be very free with my business cards. I don't do that anymore. I had a client tell me somebody was copying my card. So I'm in the process of just changing the business card. I'm not going to put my name on there anymore, not my personal number. So at this time it is just I don't have like work phone, personal phone. I don't have that at the moment. Thank you.
Yes. Google phone.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting ready to. I'm changing it anyway. So people can reach me at baileyhouse16@yahoo.com.
That's good enough.
Website coming soon. And hopefully you could connect with somebody that knows me, that I've worked with already.
I know
because
her.
At this time, it is very
I know her.
strict referral based program.
So
Someone said get a Google Voice number. Yes,
we
I got
just
one
said
of those.
that.
You said
we
that.
got it.
Thank you very much.
So how did you get involved with First Followers?
I think Brian Dolinar. Am I saying that right?
I don't know
Brian.
how to say his last name. I just know I know B.
Yeah, old
What was
Brian.
that?
So I
Used to be with the IMC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he and I are Facebook friends, and I'm not sure how I became Facebook friends. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not sure how we became Facebook friends, but I inboxed him one day and I told him what I do. And I inboxed him and maybe 5 other people
Mhm.
because I saw like a certain type of action on their page that looked, businessy network type of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him that I offer this service. Let me know if you know anyone who could use this service. And he said that you should connect with his followers.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know what that was or who that was at the time. And he just gave me email addresses. And I didn't get an email back when I sent one. And then I just happened to like Google them, and I got their location.
Yeah.
And the dates and times that they're there.
Yes.
So I just showed up.
Right.
I introduced myself, shook some hands, and told them, you know, I offer this service. I think that it could be helpful to you. You know, and I can do a couple for free at first.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just worked it out that way. I did a couple for free, and then now we're partnering together.
Great. Yes. Congratulations. That's good. That's very good.
I said, I don't know.
Thank you.
Because that's helping.
I know that name sounds familiar though. I just can't.
Period.
I sat in on one of her presentation. It was excellent, man.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
sat in on
Thank
two
you.
of them and critiqued it.
You
Yeah,
can
they really
only
have to
get
critique
better
it.
from
Yeah, it was
here
good.
on out.
Thank you.
For real.
There will be another workshop on the 29th.
Free?
At the
Shit, child, people
at
come.
the
They gonna come.
okay.
You
Okay.
could in the future. Yes.
Yes.
See how this one
yes,
turn
in
out?
the future.
Yes. Because
In the
I mean,
future.
So when in your workshop, when you do your workshop, do you give your whole game plan out, or you just give tips out? Like,
so I give lots of information. However, I don't give the whole
that's
shebang.
what I'm saying, because that'll kill your business.
No, I don't give the whole shebang. I give them just a taste, and then they gotta
Come to you.
come to me for the actual service and all of the info. I give a little info, and then I get a bunch of questions. So it's like, and the questions aren't really divulging into like me and my business. It's more so, what if I have this, and what if I have that, and they're telling me about their personal situations.
yeah.
So we kind of, they get a little bit of a feel for me and what I can help with, and then they just start telling me all of their driver's license issues.
I think because I'm doing some workshops too, and it's gonna be my second time, but the third time I'm charging. You know,
It's open.
and I'm gonna make
You tell
sure.
people money?
But I think you should do the same thing. Sorry, I'm not speaking into the mic. I think you should do the same thing. But we can only get better, and we learn from the stuff too. Since they already know you did a workshop already.
Yeah.
Okay, the third time around, I'm gonna do this on a consistent. But now I'm gonna point you in the right direction. I might have a little worksheet or something, but at the same time, I'm gonna charge.
How long is a work? How
You know,
long is a
for that.
workshop?
An hour and 30 minutes
Yep.
Where do you usually have them at?
at the first followers location. So it's either Tuesday or Thursday. And it'll be from 4 p.m. to 5:30. You just okay, gotcha.
For the radio. So there's some things that we supposed to speak on and talk about. Do you have a actual email at all
She coming?
about the underwriting we're supposed to read?
I don't right now.
She's passing somewhere right now.
Where's she at?
Yeah,
She's at school.
please.
What's school at?
Please, can you look for it?
Okay.
Can we go get it?
But it's about the solar stuff.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
solar panels.
it was something somebody sent us.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
we got to talk about that solar project that they
What's coming up Sunday? Is it this Sunday? The gospel something is coming up Sunday. Gospel festival at Hessel Park. What else is coming up in the? Look at your text message.
Who give me a text message?
The announcements for today, y'all, they tripping. All right, it's 7:00. So WRFU 104.5. This is Conscious Community Connections. We have Sharika Bailey in here. Okay, we're speaking about license and all of that other stuff. Okay, So this is WRFU. It is an open forum for Urbana-Champaign and our online community. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. We have the Sweet Corn Festival happening right now. I do believe in a few first followers. They're having their little fundraiser here at the IMC building, and come out and do some little, is it a concert? Come have some fun, do some conversation. It is for the new transition. I wouldn't even call it a safe house, for a transition house for the formerly incarcerated individuals that will be housed in Champaign-Urbana area.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Announcements.
Yeah, so I
Maybe we
need
should
to
do
read
an
some
announcement.
stuff, all right? And what I wanted to read was, are you tired of paying high electric bills?
Yes.
Illinois has a new program called Illinois Solar for All. If you live in a low-income household, you may be able to participate in this program and save on your electricity costs. Stop by the Housing Authority of Champaign County on August 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. to learn about this exciting new program and enjoy a free barbecue dinner. Again, that's August 29th at the Housing Authority of Champaign County, 2008 North Market Street, Champaign, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Whether you own or rent, come learn how you might reduce your electricity costs with clean solar energy. Thank you. Oh,
Right.
I'm doing real good, huh?
Cheers.
I'm gonna
Awesome,
start.
man.
I'm gonna start charging people. Okay. Promotion 101. Okay. What's this one? Oh, sorry. Dream Again with award-winning gospel artist Champagne Portrait. So this is in September 28th, 19 of this year. All right, and this is gonna be at the Crossroads Christian Church at 6 p.m. 3613 North Vermilion Street, Danville, Illinois. All right, early bird tickets are $15, $20 at the door. If you need to contact anybody, this is basically hosted by Deliverance Worship Center. Most of the things that we are announcing, we're gonna share it on the page, okay? So people will know for sure exactly what is really going on. And this is for the safe house that we have in town, and that's for Canaan Safe House, the men's and the women's safe house, and that's going on this Sunday. So that's tomorrow from 3 to 7. That is going to be at the Hessel Park. Usually I show up. I probably won't make it. I got some things I need to do. But featured artist Tasha Page Lockhart will be there. All right. So
She from Sunday
make
Best.
sure.
Sunday Best.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's from Sunday's Best, okay?
6 seasons.
Make 6 seasons. So make sure you're there. This is the second annual Safe House Gospel Jazz Benefit. It is really I think most likely it won't be too hot this year.
No.
No, it's gonna be a nice couple of years ago it was
We might get an early
so
dinner,
hot.
but
So I think it's gonna be a nice thing to attend tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
So back to the show. We got 30 more minutes, and I did my little shebang.
well,
Kiki,
Sharika
we
need to
gonna
say
have you
something.
do something, cause you just. Ooh.
Let
You know, my
Sharika say
nerve.
something right quick, and she got to make a quick dash. But go ahead, Sharika.
I really appreciate you guys for having me on, making me feel comfortable,
Yes.
giving me a platform. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I want to give the date and time for my workshop one more
Okay.
time. I'm
Yep.
going to be at the First Followers location,
For
at
East Park.
Bethel.
401 East Park, Bethel AME Church, 401 East Park Street in Champaign. It'll be August the 29th. From 4 p.m. until 5 p.m. Information is free, very helpful. The service opens up lots of opportunities, benefits, and things like that. So come and get some free information. Once again, thank you guys so much.
No problem.
And I do have to cut out, but come see me on the 29th.
All
Okay.
right.
We need that service, man. That service, what she doing is critical.
We will have her updated information
Yeah,
on our website as well.
Yeah, yeah, we need that service, man. That service is so critical right now because you can't get a job or you can't even get around if you don't have no license. So her service is critical. Thank you.
Yes. I am so glad we were able to actually have her.
Yeah, Damon, step in.
Also, a suggestion from my cousin. She said get a website through GoDaddy. They have a service called SmartLine, and it is free with the website. So SmartLine is similar to the Google Voice service. So we have an entrepreneur giving another entrepreneur some tips.
Well, Damon, tell us about this safe house tomorrow.
Yeah, talk about that.
It's a substance abuse program. Been around over 20 years. It's for just to help people get their life together, get off drugs, and restructure their life around their
Like
kids and family.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing to see people get their life back on track. You know, they're gonna have a lot of gospel singers, just people in general, just having fun, enjoying their company. They're gonna have a lot of food venues out there, and just a lot of people. Like the weather gonna be nice, so they ain't gonna be out there like real hot. It's real nice, you know.
Yeah.
So, and it works.
Does it get bigger and bigger every year, or same?
Yeah, it get bigger, you know. Just sometimes, you know, it be big, and sometimes it be small. You know, things happen. But they never had like 2 safe houses. They only had 1. But now they got 1 for women's. And the one for women, it's a real nice house. They got like 10 rooms, and it's a very good program. And then they right next to, it's behind Salem. And they got, you know, it's like a whole thing on the street for women to help women to get themselves back on track. Because you see a lot of women, you know, when they get out there in the streets, it's rough because they have kids. We have kids too, but the women, you know, it's just
more
hard.
Attached to them.
It's more attached, and then you got some women that had their kids for a while and then lose their kids. And some women just have them and just, you know, keep going, but especially when a woman been with her kids for a while and then she lose them. Like now it's easy to lose your kids. If they come in there and catch some drugs in there, you're gonna be just something simple.
Right.
And they can come in and just, you know, take your kids away from you.
Yeah.
It can be some reefer, 1 bag of cocaine, and and it can be your brothers or your cousins. If they want to, they come in and take all your kids from you, you know. But it's just a well needed, you know, a good program.
That's what's up.
Okay, so what they in the safe house thing, what is the main thing they focus on trying to get this stuff back in track?
To me, it was, I think a lot of people, when they be out there for so long, it's your family, your kids, man, you know, it's yourself, really it's yourself, you gotta get yourself together. But it's just so many people that's out there lost, you know, without, you know, with their kids, you know, you might see a man and he might not been around his kids for 20, 30 years, or never been there for his kids, you know. And, you know, like a lot of dudes you see standing around on the corner look all messed up on drugs. And some of their kids might be successful, you know what I'm saying? You would never think that because of the type of person they are. And it's just a good program, man. You got anybody it's a year program, because in 30 and 90 days program ain't working. Especially if somebody been on drugs we talking about people been on drugs from 30, 40 years.
And you got to deal with the drug addiction, and then you have to deal with the mental health issue. That's 2 separate things. It's not one thing coupled together. No, it's 2 separate things. So you have to deal with that.
And then when you're in there working with them, that's what a lot of people don't realize. You're dealing with that, and they're dealing with mental and then they not being around their kids, and then drugs deteriorate their brain so much, man. And now we had one time we had young kids coming in like 19, 20.
What?
Yeah, man. And it was like, what is y'all doing?
Yep.
And they keep like a frown on their face because the pills is messing their head up, you know. And it's sad to think, you know, like, what is a 19-year-old boy doing in a drug recovery house with a bunch of 50 and 60-year-old men? You know, and some of them you think they're trying to get out. Some of them do come in there try to beat the system, but then you see some of them that really have problems.
And that's the mental health and that trauma and that
it is, man. We
not healing
and we don't deal with people with mental health issues because we're not equipped to deal with them. But once we get them in there, we realize that they do have that problem, and they just never been to the doctor for it. They never got no help for it, and then that's when they become hostile in there.
That's sad.
You know, become
Silent
hostile.
weapons.
Yeah, silent weapons.
Those are.
Information that we don't know, just like going to the doctor.
like,
and there's a lot of healing in there. There's a lot of happiness in there too. You know, it's beautiful to see a person to come out and get themselves together. I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in there, you know what I'm saying, 8 years ago. You know, when I changed my life, you know what I'm saying, when I walked to the door, I was like, yo, I'm done, you know. I went there to the point where I was like messed up, but drugs did influence my life. You know what I'm saying? It did have me doing locked up and doing crazy stuff. And not 85% of people in prison now was high when they did it.
Wow.
You know,
Influence.
don't nobody
That's
do
true.
too much violent stuff when they you know, stay high or impaired. Even when they hustling, you know, you know, your mind ain't stable. You saying so?
That's very true.
You know,
very
so
true.
you know when you get to realize.
I was intoxicated when I
Yeah.
did my DUI.
Yeah, and then when I see some of my friends out there still doing the same thing, trying to hustle and this and that, I be like, man, y'all crazy. I mean, for real.
why you say crazy?
Because they got to be, man. How can you be hustling out there? You like 40.
Don't start.
man.
Don't start with me. Please
I'm
don't
serious,
start.
They might think you crazy because you changed.
You know,
Nah,
I know they
please
think I'm
don't
crazy
start.
because I changed, but I just can't. I mean,
that's
I'm
real
like,
talk, man.
Don't
You know,
start with me.
it's a better
40,
way.
40.
It's a better way of life.
40 and hustling, 40 and rapping. Like, please stop it, man.
Oh,
like,
no, I ain't gonna
stop,
No, I'm saying, they
man.
might think you crazy because you changed.
No, man, they ain't changed. That's the problem.
Man,
But some
yeah.
people, you know, it's my, you know, some people think they change, they phony.
See that was the problem that I had
Serious.
when I came around.
Some people think it's not
Yeah,
cool to
yeah.
talk about your problems, but is
Yeah.
that all
They-
right?
They think you ain't real
Nah, man.
or you ain't street no more
Yeah.
because you moved away from them. I'm like, man, I'm grown.
Right.
When I went to jail and I was in jail with my son friend, and I remember taking him and my son them to the park, to the swimming pool, I knew right then and there, man, I said, it's a wrap for me. I can't do this no more.
Right.
You always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah,
you
you
always
know.
paranoid. You gonna get pulled over. You gonna be on a lane.
You get pulled over. You get pulled over out
I
in the
mean,
streets.
Yeah.
I haven't been pulled over in a long time. That's what I'm saying. I've been like out of the way. You get what I'm saying?
I get pulled over just right now.
Since I don't indulge in certain things anymore, I don't have to worry about it.
You a woman.
And then the thing about it is,
No.
No, it's true
No.
because I can attest to that.
No.
One thing I realized, especially dealing with Champaign, Urbana, you know, when I first, you know, by me being from Chicago, when I first moved down here and I was into, you know, messing around down here, and I was involved what I was involved in,
Mm-hmm.
it brought a certain type of atmosphere because every time you look around, I would probably end up getting stopped by the police for
Mhm.
whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I told a guy that I was locked up with is from here. And you know, one of the things I used to ask a lot of the shorties was, or just people in general, like, man, what you plan on doing? You go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now, you know, some of them will tell you some crazy stuff like, oh, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna do this, but whatever. Anyway, the point of it is, this one guy, he said, man, I'm going to give me some money, which meant translated, he finna hustle. I said, okay. I said, well, how you planning on doing that? He like, oh man, I'm gonna do this and do that and do this. I'm like, well, what if this person, you know, what if the third person that you got doing this gonna tell them? What if this? I said, let me explain something to you. The first time you know, this is how you know them people on you. If they just randomly just stop you somewhere, somebody had already told on you. So and I told him this while I was locked up. But when I came home, you know, I had the cops on when I first came. You know, when I first got out, so I'm driving. Do you know I done rode in all types of neighborhoods and picked? You know, I don't be on nothing, and I've literally never got stopped throughout the whole course of the time that I, you know, been here. I'm talking about, and it's been, let's see, it's been what, 7, 8 years now since I've been home. So you know that is what she's saying is true. If you ain't in the way, now you're gonna have probably might be, you know, somebody that's, you know, there's like whatever, you know, just want to be a jerk. But for the most part, I think I got stopped twice. The first time I got stopped was because I was blocking the street. I was over there on what's I forgot that street. It's in Champaign though, over there by the North End. I got stopped because I was blocking the street trying to wait for somebody to come out. They whatever. I went on by my way. And then the other time I got stopped was it was for something. It actually had something to do with something had to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, but other than that, just them just getting behind. Like I done had police behind me while I'm riding. Then they dip off their way. I'm going, you know, all that. And people ain't, so I can attest when you out the way.
It's almost like that.
Yeah.
It's like an energy or something.
Exactly.
I don't know what
Exactly.
it is, but it's like maybe the universe or the energy you putting out is just like, hey, I'm in it, and I didn't stop at Red Fox. I'm sorry, but I stopped at this corner. I stopped at this place. I stopped at that place. Now I'm about to go home. Shut up. Red Fox is closed down anyway.
No,
so
Fox when it closed down.
the Red Fox on Market.
When they close down?
When they closed down,
They
you know,
been-
no,
I
they
don't
didn't.
know.
Red
No.
Fox ain't
I
even
don't-
open
what's
no
Red
more.
Fox?
I don't know.
By the housing
What is it?
authority.
What is Red Fox?
It's a
It's a
liquor
liquor
store.
store.
Oh.
It's
Behind the
not
mall,
even-
behind the mall.
Yeah,
See,
it's
I don't
not
know
open
nothing.
no
I'm
more.
swear, man.
How you know?
Come on, man. Like, I'm done with you. All
I
right,
have a
anybody,
question.
somebody said haven't seen a retirement plan yet for a hustler. Anyway,
Hey.
I'm done with you. You need to go to that safe house. Okay? Cut it out.
Yeah, they.
Right.
I remember that woman told me.
They
She
accepting
said,
people.
y'all don't last long.
Yeah, so he moved. I know he moved. He went on
Oh,
Springfield.
you got to talk
he
about.
And it has a different name.
You
Yeah,
got to
she
talk about
know.
the party
Yeah.
they gonna do.
They said
tonight.
no retirement.
How
for
you
her.
think she know?
I just told him.
No, I'm about whoever that told you that. Who told you that?
Said
No,
what?
he did. He moved. But at the same time, it's like, for real, you had that energy. I don't even stop by those places. I don't even go there anymore. You know, I move different. And so I know I haven't been bothered, you know, or like really, you know, in that realm anymore because I don't do those things anymore. You know, I don't need to stop at the liquor store or, you know, I go to the gas station for gas. You know, I don't need
He
nothing
said,
else.
look at gas station.
Yeah, they said
Yeah, but
Oh.
too
Look at her. She rolled her eyes.
I don't drink anymore.
I didn't say you did.
Talk
Just
about
so you know.
the party they gonna do tonight for the house too, man. We got
party?
When
first followers doing
pull
a
it
party.
up. I announce it. You got something on it?
I don't got nothing on it, but
They say he did a lot to
They
it.
did
Yeah,
send the
party.
email.
well,
They
it-
sent the
it's a
email.
I didn't
fundraiser.
get it.
It's a
I
fundraiser
didn't get it. I swear I
You
didn't
didn't?
get it.
right here.
Oh,
IMC.
what's the
Oh,
name?
in there?
Yeah,
You get the
for first followers re-entry. Just say that. That's good enough.
first followers re-entry.
is doing
These
a fundraiser party this evening.
we not even
7:30.
put together, you know, but it's okay.
It's at 7:30.
It's at 7:30.
Yep, it's gonna be at the IMC tonight.
IMC right now tonight.
That's right.
7:30.
We're gonna go in here. We're gonna party with them, man. Because we need this
Yeah.
re-entry house bad
Okay.
in the community.
Yeah, because it's crazy because a lot of people can't even parole home no more.
That's right.
Because
I mean, it's
of
for real.
what?
I know my cousin people they just can't parole home no more because they don't got nowhere to parole to.
Why?
And you know,
Can
they
you
don't
tell me
got,
why?
They,
It's
the
no
money gone, and I don't think they care about even giving us the money for it.
Right.
You know, I mean, I really don't think they care if we. Why would they care where we gonna go once we get out?
Because I know
I mean, I don't think.
my guy just got out and he went to Decatur. He had to go to Decatur.
Yeah.
But no, it's not even like that. Why? Why immediately I see you like ready to go? Like it ain't even like that.
But she said my
Like,
guy though.
What?
Yeah, your man's them.
No, not my man.
The guy.
My guy.
Oh, okay.
like your guys with
My
see,
friend.
Like
He's married with kids. Golly. He's
but
my
see, you
best
know,
friend.
but
not
see,
my guy.
Right, but see, you know,
That's him.
no, but really, when you hear the term like my guy, 9 times out of 10, it's associated with your other half.
No, it's
Relationship.
not.
Exactly,
It's not
a
my
relationship or
relationship.
something. Now, if I say my guy, I'm talking about my homie.
Right.
You know,
right.
my buddy.
Okay. I'm done with you, Kiki.
I ain't said nothing.
Golly.
All right, look can
He
kill,
should
huh?
be. What did
Yeah,
he should look like?
So what?
No,
they
he
they-
just
they-
blowing.
So how far is they is with the house? They still
Which-
working on it.
The day September something.
Yeah.
I mean that is.
They still renovating it. Got a little more
Are
work to
there
do.
any types of reentry type establishments in this area, or will there be? the
Yeah, first
This will
followers.
be the first.
Yeah.
This is the first
Reentry, define reentry.
reentry, or I shouldn't even say reentry, just transition.
Right.
Yeah, because
You know, it's a transitional house.
This
They
one
had the
'Cause
work release
the-
center here was nice. Everybody came in.
Right. We had the work release a long time ago, and it
Yeah.
did well. They pulled that. Then we had the what was it? The safe house or whatever for
Halfway house.
halfway
Yeah.
house at what? Dang, what is the name of the
So
Prairie Center? Golly,
Yeah, yeah.
they
Terrible.
pulled the plug. They pulled the plug
They did
on
good.
that.
They did
So now
good.
they pushing everybody through
They taking all our
either
money.
Springfield or Decatur
Or
No,
Chicago,
or Peoria.
or Peoria, and basically we trying to make sure that we can get those fundings and we can help people and we look like the people that we are actually helping.
Right.
You know, and we have the backgrounds to even say, hey, we got out of this and we're gonna help you transition back into the world and we're gonna help.
And you know what? Let me slide in that down. I got one thing I'm gonna say.
Oh, you got something to say?
Yeah, cause
Huh?
with
It's
this
information.
with this house here, we got programs we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing life skills building. We're gonna be doing job training. We're gonna have they're gonna start their day right at about 7:38 in the morning, and they're gonna have a whole program that they're gonna be really putting themselves to, a goals program that Heather is gonna be part of. She's gonna help set that, and it's gonna be real great for these guys, man, because we trying to move them. You know, everybody talk good in prison, but when they get out, then they get around their friends, things change.
It's
But
easy
we
to
gonna
get
make
sidestep.
That's right. We're gonna make sure that they stay on this point. They're gonna also get a voucher from housing.
Yeah, that's
They're
Section
gonna-
8.
That's right. They're gonna get
Yep.
a voucher that's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
help them.
So the housing authority is backing us up and
Oh,
helping.
man, that's
And
beautiful.
I
Oh,
mean,
you mean to tell me they allowing people that's coming from prison to be able to get a housing voucher?
you didn't know about that though?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
didn't.
It was already written.
Yeah.
It's just some people didn't know.
Right.
Right, yeah, cause that man, look, that
Some
it-
people
I
don't
mean,
know that.
it's so critical.
Some people don't know
Right.
that.
With a lot of real estate,
Yep.
with a lot of property owners, they be running a background check and all that
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
So hard
The
for a man to get
government
that.
funds those things, but
Is it
people
within-
don't know that.
But is it within 7 years? Like, say if you got just 3 years, you caught a case, you got 3 years, and your felony 5 years old.
I think you are probably look into it.
Yeah.
But it's just people
come down
don't
the
know.
first fall. James can tell you.
You know?
everything.
You know, right down and talk with us, man.
The housing situation, yes, this will be the first for that. And this is a nonprofit. It has nothing to do with any government stuff. We're not, it's not for profit all the way. She said her father's daughter had to go all the way to Peoria. And are you guys looking for volunteers for this program? Yes, all the time,
Oh,
anytime,
wait.
whatever time. Yes.
Yeah, we need volunteers. We're not accepting women right now, though. We're gonna be in a second house. We ain't accepting women.
But we are.
Well, we
looking-
are looking for more volunteers,
Yeah,
period,
yeah.
for
No,
first followers.
Yeah, we looking for volunteers for first followers that work actually to help in the safe house too.
Right, and
It's
we're looking
possible.
to hire somebody there
Yeah,
overnight.
overnight hiring.
Right, so we're looking for somebody who might be interested in that. Might got somebody here, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you might want to do it.
Pay is nice, man.
I
Pay
ain't
is nice.
staying all night.
Yes,
I'm
it
staying.
is illegal
sleeping
in
in
the
my own
city
bed.
limits
Oh, okay.
of Champaign or
All right.
Bennett to deny housing to a felon.
You say, alright.
All right.
Now I'll
She's
do some
asking,
5 to 9
Is
now.
it illegal in the city limits of Champaign or Bennett to deny housing to a felon?
Well,
Or
Champaign.
is she saying it is illegal?
Okay, Champaign and Urbana got different laws.
Yes, they do.
It's different laws here, and in Urbana,
They policies.
and we was fighting
Wow.
against this at City Council.
Yep.
We've been fighting against this. We went up against them twice to get this changed.
They changed it, but they didn't change it right.
Right, they only lessened it, but now in Urbana, you don't get that action.
Nope.
You don't get all that discrimination.
Champagne.
But Champaign, they could legally do this. They could, and they actually got certain things on the book to say a person has to be out now. What, 1 to 3 years?
It's 3 years now. It's 3 years.
3 years.
It was 3 months ago. The city council. It was in the newspaper too.
Yeah.
It's 3. Yeah, it's 3 years, and
They changed it up.
and it's
Basically.
and it's landlord policy though.
Right.
It's 3 years.
Depends
and
on landlord policy.
it's
They gotta
landlord-
know
it's a-
everything.
And then it's policy. Landlord. It's up to the landlord to allow you in his house.
Oh,
right.
it's discrimination. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
discrimination.
still, it's
Right,
still
right.
discrimination. So basically the policies. Oh my gosh, when we talking about governments, we have to understand certain things. You got the city, you got the state, then you got the federal. You get what I'm saying? So federal can say, hey, everybody needs to do and move the same way. But then at the same time, that doesn't matter about the actual state policies or all of the laws, which I can give you a great example. So with the weed epidemic going on right now, it's federally illegal to have that stuff, but every state has its own different laws and policies. So this is the same thing with the same policies that we're talking about. Exactly. Another example is felons cannot be on the premises of Unit 4 and or Unit 116 after how many visits? Is it 3 or something?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's not a state policy though.
Right. I was going to get to that. So Unit 4 is a school system. So that's a policy. It's not a state policy. So all of these things that we are talking about, we need to rework this into our agenda as people in order to get these things to be replaced by things that are actually going to help us get in there and be able to stay at these houses, be able to actually talk to our kids and be around the people that they need to be around to be more influential.
Yeah, start going to your city council meetings, school board meetings. They're very informational, and you will know what's going on because they use their own wording, but it's not state law.
Yes. Yes.
If you fight and put your board, the directors up there, vote and get your people in play, they can write the law, like they can write the policies as you want them. But if you don't attend the meetings and take action and get involved, they're gonna keep doing what they want to do. So the main thing is let people know when they have these school board meetings, these city council meetings. They free. You walk in there, they're open to the public, and you just go in there and you state your business and let them know where you stand on certain policies they got in play. But if you don't attend these meetings and go to these meetings and put your input, they're gonna keep doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And then you can't say you tired because you ain't doing nothing about it.
Because this ain't the only problem, though. This is not the only problem. Some of the people didn't even know and understand what was going on, and I had to like literally kind of wake some people up. Certain things have been going on. You get what I'm saying? Even with the Bristol place being put up, that could have easily been looked at a different route or a different way. We had a lot of people complaining about certain things. You cannot be involved in this community if you don't know what's going on. You need to actually know what's going on. Please attend and be aware and be woke to what's going on, because the funding of City of Champaign, their money and what we're talking about and speaking on, we actually have a voice in that, in which they reduced certain costs, certain ways in order to fund certain things, but cut on other things. You guys need to be aware of that.
Right.
And I knew that, and I wasn't even that involved. And I said, wow, they're cutting what? And giving it where? And they want to rebuild the satellite. I was in there the other day. We need this. We need that. They hurting over there in the satellite. They want to remodel this place.
Right.
They want to demolish certain things and remodel it, or get a brand new facility
like a whole
for certain
people.
things to hold more people. But then one person was like, "Oh, we only have one classroom." I'm like, "Yeah, but
they stopped.
Certain things needs to be addressed." Okay,
so a couple years ago, gave to the
for the housing situation, will the service be available to sex offenders? That right there.
Not yet.
No, that's not. No, that and people who use meth, the housing won't allow that right there. Meth or meth use, those two are not allowed.
Wow.
So meth and sex offenders.
Sex offenders and meth, no, not right.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
What about people that's like on house arrest? How they gonna do that?
We talked about that Thursday.
Yep.
It's
They're going
a
over
lot of
some stuff
details
that-
to that because you got to have a phone there.
Yeah.
We try and set up that everybody got the same parole officer in
one
the house. One
right.
house.
So we don't have to have.
So
multiple
we're
ones.
doing a lot of different things to try
that's a
to
lot
keep
to
this
track.
together, but at the same time, it's going to happen, and I'm glad that we're involved. And I cannot say this enough. I've dreamed about this, and me being involved in something like this, I didn't actually make it. I didn't say it was mine. I just had a dream and a picture, and this is reality. It's crazy that I wanted to deal with people like this and do like a housing like safe house at some point in time. I don't have to run it, but I'm involved with it.
Yeah.
Does that sound kind of crazy right now? That
You
this
crazy.
is what it is? I'm crazy. I can't wait to cut you the lowest check in the freaking
As
history.
long as you give me some money, I'm happy.
I'm gonna give you
Okay.
$5.
happy.
Like we talking
I'm
over and
$5
over again.
I'm
I'm gonna
$5
speak it
richer.
into existence. Once I make these millions,
I'm $5
Kiki is
richer.
gonna be at the bottom of the
I'm
dang
$5
old
richer.
barrel. He's gonna be sleep on the plane, and I'm gonna give him $5,
Wow.
and he's gonna be so mad.
I'm gonna be so
I
happy.
cannot wait. I can't wait.
When I get the exposure,
He gonna be like, "Where
I
my
told you I'm
check at?"
David Ruffin.
No, you don't get your check until
yeah.
everybody else
Who
has
was
been
Otis?
paid.
Otis was a structure one.
She's Otis.
You Otis?
Yeah.
Who is Otis?
See before a time. Otis.
What y'all talking
The
about?
Temptations.
Temptations.
Oh,
Yeah, the Temptations.
I probably watched it, but I
I'm
don't know
David
everybody
Ruffin.
by their name.
He David Ruffin. I thought you was David
I
Ruffin.
think that was me. That was me on that.
David Ruffin on
Oh.
that,
Yeah, he gonna be
It's,
he gonna be coming back
what's
trying to
his
talk
name?
about he can
David
sing
Ruffin out
and
of
stuff.
college. You don't
It's
want
Eddie.
me.
No.
And, you know, Eddie and David was tight.
Oh, she said, "Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis."
Yeah.
Exactly. Tell her
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Tell her again. Everybody come see Otis.
That's what he said. Ain't nobody come see you, Otis.
Nah, we had a good show. Hey, Mo, man, lead us out. Mo, give us some knowledge before we leave.
Yeah, and I got one more thing I want to drop before you drop that.
Well,
knowledge,
no,
man.
we had told you just
Man,
not.
come on.
man, I am observing. I am
So we got-
Well, I got something. Let me drop this.
Drop this
for
knowledge,
us, man.
Ty.
August the 14th, 16, 19. Everybody black should know that day. Because that was the first slave that stepped foot on America. Everybody need to look up right now the 1619 Project. And we need to talk about it. Did you know they even talk about in that project how Wall Street got its name? You know Wall Street got its name from the slave trade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We was the first products on Wall Street.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I can believe
We was.
So we,
Yeah.
it's funny though, but we should be knowing about stocks then since we was the first product.
Woo!
that. Wow.
You know, I think we should, man, since we kicked off this thing, and it's called a 1619 Project.
You talking about business?
We need to learn this. You need to get on there and know this. And just like we saw all them, you see all them fines that we talked about today. See, that's how you got all these parasites on the black and brown community and Asiatic community. And this is why the community stay broke. Now, just imagine all that money was put into some type of investment instead of saying, well, I had to pay $1,000 here. I had to pay this here. You know, I'm about ready to get rid of my car, man, just because every time that insurance bill and all that come up, I'm going to do, what's that, Toro or something?
My insurance went up too.
Yeah, man, and go ahead and put that money straight in stocks. That's how,
Dang.
that's my move. That's what I'm about to do. I'm telling you, man. I'm done.
Please know yourself
That's
and
it.
know what's going on.
1619
Do
Project.
some more
Look it up.
research.
Look it up.
She
can't-
said, "Aren't we all still stocks though? Isn't our birth certificate a
you
bond for the
still
U.S.?"
is. That's what I'm saying. You should
Wow.
know
Oh my
this.
God!
You should
really
know
will.
this.
I'm not even gonna go there.
You
I'm
should
gonna
know
leave it
this.
alone.
You should know about this. You
Wow.
still being sold on the market.
Stop believing that strong man law.
That's strong.
No.
Strong,
Hey,
man.
hey,
That strong man,
They
This
listen.
money,
everybody's opinion, okay?
That's right.
It's not
Everybody's
rooted in
opinion,
facts.
Right.
okay?
Right.
But
Yeah,
at the
that's
same
strong,
time,
Mhm.
we need to know what's going on. There's some missing things and missing keys that we are not learning at a younger age in order to move us in a further direction or whatever it may be. This business, oh my goodness, this business thing, a lot of people need to start getting on it. Please open up a business
Man.
so you can start writing stuff off, man.
Man.
I mean,
It's a headache, but it's worth it. Man, I
play
don't
that
have time for
game,
nothing
man.
else.
It's a game and you gotta play it.
But I'm gonna tell you now, if
Gotta
you do
play it.
this, you gotta be dedicated. You might have to put everything aside. Love, life, everything, man. I'm telling you, nothing. You got to focus, man. Because if you're gonna get this thing really running and get it to where it's making 6 figures, it's gonna take everything you got.
I'm
It's gonna
ready.
take everything you got.
I'm ready.
And
And Kiki
you
getting
sure?
that $5.
uh-oh.
That's all right. They were rough on me all
We
the
out. What?
I'm Bobby Brown.
You
All right,
full
y'all.
of crap
Out.
now.
Peace. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourself.
Hey, Sweet
Be
Corn
safe.
Fest going on. Get out there.
And when
enjoy
people
it,
tell
man.
y'all stuff, start doing your own research.
Yeah.
A person tell you anything, especially dealing with that straw.
Straw man is real. It's a lot of.
Hey,
it's a
hey,
lot
hey.
A
Of,
lot of,
yeah, it's a
a
lot,
lot of
fake
red
stuff.
carpet in there,
No, I'm
man.
talking. My thing is with the birth certificate, Social Security, and they getting money off you. These are ideals that came back
Man,
from some
you
people
ain't
who's
gonna
on
show
some
about
got.
arthritis. Think I'm getting arthritis.
It's because it's not rooted in
Do the
truth.
thing.
When you look up, when you do
Can
the
you
real
press the
research,
button?
you come to find out what's really going on. Oh, the money is bagged by this and that.